Good morning, YouTube. So it is bright and early. I was gonna make a video today about the debate, but I thought it would be better if I just talked to you guys. I really want to get you guys' thoughts. You guys know how I feel for the most part um, regarding these debates. You know what I'm expecting from Yang. I think I'm at this point where I really try to like I don't review Andrew Yang content as me. I'm like, okay, I'm already a supporter. I already know his policies. I know what he's gonna say before he says it sometimes. So I don't look at things that way. I always when I criticize him, it's not to criticize him the person or the idea. I'm criticizing him from the point of a person who has never heard of him, who's like, hey, there's an Asian dude running for president. Um, this is what I think of him. And of course, it's difficult. Good morning, holistic Heidi. It's difficult, of course, to always to try to go back to your point where you were. And I am unique, okay, because not that I'm special. I'm just saying I just happen to have really been in automation. So any if Tom Steyer was running on automation, I'd probably be whatever a Steyer guy. Okay, like I'm just saying, like that alone is what got me into Andrew Yang. That is it. I was just happy that somebody's talking about it. I wasn't expecting him to have such a robust platform. I wasn't expecting him to be so educated. I was just excited. This dude's talking about technology. Now, finally, that's a voice that we need in politics because I just never thought it was coming. I thought it was just going to be me as a business person, me as a consumer, me as an American trying to figure this out by myself, and one day trying to figure out where I'm going to get some water from. So I was excited by that. So that's just different. What is that? Is my Facebooking me? But I know most people are going to come from a completely different perspective. They're hearing about Andrew Yang in a different way. So, like I said, I try to go look at it the way, sorry, I'm under weather, the way just a regular person would, just a lay person, a casual person who's into politics, who I think really is honestly not even paying attention to this right now because they're too busy with life and they're not gonna pay attention to the election until, you know, honestly, October of next year. So, I mean, maybe June, like the most people will probably start June, July, but I don't think anyone's really checking for it except for people who are like hardcore, which is why I don't really try to like convince people who are hardcore Bernie, hardcore Warren, because I think these people have already decided who they're voting for. Nothing's going to change that. These are the same people who are as adamant about their candidate as I am about Andrew Yang. So I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? I'm really looking at those undecided people, the people who aren't as engaged. But again, I feel like these people are a little bit more or a little bit less reliable because they're not as engaged, so they're less likely to remember, hey, I got to vote in February. You know what I mean? I don't usually vote in February, but this year I have to, or I have to go change my party affiliation. So these people I feel like are just wild cards. But the key is to get these people so excited around brand new ideas that they just can't wait to tell everybody about Andrew Yang, to go out and vote, to change the party, to do whatever they got to do. So numbers came in. I saw the chart. Honestly, I was watching the debate. I probably missed everything he said because I was like so in and out. Like not that I wasn't watching it. Like I was literally falling asleep. It was super boring. He didn't speak for long stretches at a time, but at the same time, this is MSNBC. This is the primary culprit when it comes to the Yang media blackout. I know other companies have done some things, but MSNBC specifically seems like they really had a bone to pick with them. And I think I may have been introduced to why, but that is a topic for another video because that's going to involve a little bit more research. But um, so I wasn't expecting much, you know what I mean? And I said before, I think Yang's biggest weakness is that he gives people too much credit, is that he's too smart for his own good. His inability to speak to regular people who aren't as informed as him, I feel like it's a blind spot. And if he thinks he's going to win this thing on logic, he's got another thing coming, which is why I think one of the first videos I talked about Andrew Yang, that was when I introduced the idea that if you're trying to be logical, it's a wrap. You're going to lose. You can't be logical. It's all about emotion. Okay, I'm a filmmaker. It's all about emotion. It has nothing to do with logic. It's all it's all it's all emotion, man. I'm putting those colors in there for a reason. I'm framing this shot for a specific reason. That is why the media is so important. That is why you have these huge media propaganda campaigns. Like, they can sway public opinion like crazy. You see what Netflix has done in the food industry. I don't know if you guys even caught that, but Netflix is a monster with the documentaries in the food industry. They've made a lot of progress. They brought a lot of they made a lot of progress in a very short time with some good film work. So, um, but yes, Yang spoke the least, even less than Tom Steyer. And I know you guys are gonna say he didn't get asked any questions, but you knew that. It's MSNBC, fam. You know, you can't go to the bully's house and wonder why he's not offering you cake. You know he's not going to offer you nothing. They got nothing for you, all right? They were going to set you up. I mean, that question about, what was the one setup question? She asked him, what are you going to say to Putin when he, on the first day in the White House? I was just like, what kind of question is that? I mean, I get it, but just, man, I thought that question was just, wow. Y'all just making it up. And like, they literally hit him with foreign policy over and over and over again. Over and over and over again with the foreign policy. Why are you qualified to be here? Like, everything that, all of his weaknesses, this whole entire debate focused on Andrew Yang's weaknesses. Now, with that said, I feel like his answers were solid, okay? I have no complaints. I thought he stood his ground. There was that one question about, he talked about, we're going to fall behind China as far as our we're worried about different priorities, and there's automation. We're falling behind automation, and that's the weapons of war for the future. And I thought that was a really good response. But again, emotionally, as far as what people are going to hear from that, it makes you sound disconnected. Even though emotionally, as far as what people are going to hear from that, it makes you sound disconnected. Even though you're like, I mean, he's not speaking because he doesn't know. He's speaking because he does know. But you're talking to people and they don't understand the complexity of what you're speaking about. So it's like you're doing geometry and they still doing addition. They're like, huh? Like, what? No, you silly man. What are you talking about? Like, they can't take you seriously because they haven't caught up to you. You too smart for them. So, like I said, I his answers were fantastic. They were, but he's still failing to hit those emotional points. He's still, like, his closer was great. I loved his closer. Again, I really liked his answers. Like, this is not even a matter of, I think his answers could have been better. I think his answers were all fine. I thought they were great. He didn't really connect anything to policy, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Mayor Pete was crushing last night. Pete was crushing last night. I don't care what nobody say, because I've seen a couple little previews, and I'm like, people are saying, like, as far as the people online who've made videos or whatever that I've seen, they're like understating how well Pete did. I think Pete did phenomenal. I mean, he doesn't sound convincing to me, but he sounded great. I could hear people say he sounds like Obama. Like, if he ran against Obama, he would beat Obama. Like, low key, they would have been like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with that guy. Pete was fired, man. I ain't gonna lie. When Pete said that one line about he said something about he stole Andrew Yang's whole thing about AI too, because he was like he said Donald Trump's not prepared for the future, something like that. He's still worried about 20 or 17th century technology or something. He talked about the moat in the wall. I was like, all right, that's kind of fire, man. That was kind of a fire response. I'm sorry. They all were really out there trying to get their little zingers. They all trying to sell T-shirts last night, and a lot of the stuff fell short. Harris was looking super desperate. She looked like she would say anything. She's like, please let me be relevant. Who do I have to attack to get you to say my name tomorrow? And she was willing to do it. Y'all sleeping on Pete? It's all right. I get y'all. I get y'all. Y'all sleeping on. I just feel like he did good. I ain't gonna lie, man. He was connecting. Yang had no time. What can Yang do to get more attention? He has to attack people. If you attack people, they have to respond, and then you have an opportunity to rebut that. So that's what you have to do if you want to get more time. Now, obviously, it's not going to get you an additional question, but it gets you another, I think, is it like another 30 seconds or 40 seconds or something like that to have that final rebuttal. So, and in those situations during the debate where there was a final rebuttal, they were all extremely weak. Like Harris had or not Harris, yeah, Harris had a couple of opportunities. She didn't really kill it. Tulsi had a couple. Tulsi had a couple of moments. Tulsi had a couple of moments where if she had her rebuttal together, she would have came off like a winner last night. But her final rebuttals just didn't really hit. But she was making good points. She sounded solid, but she just when she got into those confrontations, she really wasn't able to deliver that knockout blow. But you know what I mean? Like I said, she did good. And again, she's gonna continue to move up after last night. She looked extremely strong. She looked like a legit candidate. She looked like, you know what? If I wanted a woman, Joe, she's looking good. So I'm not disappointed at her. Like I said, I think she did good. I think Pete did really good. Biden just falling through the cracks. Harris out there. Yang was good, but he just came off like that. When I was a kid, and you would see the third party candidate, that's what I assumed Yang was. Just that guy out there who's got the not necessarily the one idea. He did kind of sound like a one idea, but he didn't sound like a UBI. He sounded like a one idea future technology, and he just was just trying to present that platform. So if I had never heard of him, I would just be like, okay, that guy's got some cool ideas, but he's not a serious candidate. Oh, let me catch up to y'all real quick. Good afternoon. Where are you at? A lot of mercy going for a future moderator. I got you. London, hey, my UK people. I fought MSNBC for Yang's performance. Yang made the most of his time. I can't fault Yang for that. I can't fault Yang, or I can't fault MSNBC for Yang's performance because Yang knew where he was gonna be performing, so he needed to be prepared for that. Stephen A. Smith doesn't know emotion is the key. Vegan propaganda on Netflix is amazing. Exactly. Yo, don't let me get that Netflix deal. Don't let me get that Netflix deal. Y'all gonna see me make all types of moves. Like, whoa. This wasn't the fifth debate. This was the Trump debate. Oh man, Trump is the winner. Thank you for saying that. Trump won the debate. Oh my God, I'm so glad because I had that written down as my like main note coming last night. It was like, man, Trump is crushing tonight. Trump won the debate. That's who won. Like everybody, I said did good, but Trump won because they just were just all over the impeachment and they just kept talking about him, which is going to give us plenty of fodder for today, tomorrow, the rest of the weekend. I don't think they get it. I think they completely missed that point. But I think the media is just in love with Trump. I think they make so much